Hey guys, I bet you're expecting Josh. That's too bad for you. Maybe he'll be back in enough time for us to play the intro. Speaking of Josh, how are you? How's your computer? Are you alive?
My computer is like my kitchen. It's a mess.
Man, when it rains, it pours, right?
Can you at least hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Great.
Don't do that. Don't do that thing with your mouth like this is a filmed over Japanese movie.
I wasn't.
You totally were. You were like, can you hear me now? I am
all right.
Saying words.
Hey guys, are you guys familiar with the term technical difficulties? Because if you're not, it means Josh's computer sucks and we're going to struggle through a couple of things. Oh man.
It's fun.
Okay. Perfect. Well, as soon as we get the guest on, then this is going to be easy. I'm going to have somebody riff off and just back to normal. All right. Josh will come back when Josh wants to come back. Oh, man.
It's not a matter of want. It's a matter of, is it going to work? Let me try again.
Hey, man. We'll miss you. Okay. So it's good to have you guys here. We're going to have a really cool episode. You might notice by my name, it's the 90s episode. We have a really bold guest today, super brash. We said, hey, come on the show. And he said, only if you give me the prizes I want and do the show the way I want you to do it. And you know what? I love him for it. I loved him already, but exponential now. So we're going to give Josh a split second, and let's check out who's in the, in the chat and who's here to win some prizes. We got the One True Zachary. I don't know what you guys are doing, talking about fighting each other, but One True Zachary, guess what? I have your commission ready. You only waited months. I bet you're excited, right? We got Zach. You guys representing Team Zach. We got Alan. I don't know. Hacker Speak. That's right on brand for 90s night. That's what we're doing tonight. We got Kim Middleton. Good to see you always. Jacqueline, good to see you. Marcus, good to see you. We got Jay. Man, Josh is way better at this part. How are you guys? Do we want to bring him back on? I don't know. Should be wearing a hat with a fan or something more 90s-esque. Kim, the 90s were 30 years ago. I didn't keep all that stuff. I struggled to find this. I hope I look leet. Was that 90s? This is going to be fun. You know what I think?
Don't tell me the 90s were 30 years ago. That's terrible.
1990, 31 years ago. I was 5 years old. And it's interesting as I was going through some of the cool stuff from that we may or may not show off with the prize cam in a few minutes. It's weird how much I remember, how many comics from the 90s were actually kind of the foundation, these tent poles of comics for me. So, you still there?
Sound in and out, so I'm trying to fix it.
That's cool. Again, technical difficulties. That happened in the 90s too. Probably a lot because technology probably sucked compared to now. You know what I think we should do? I think you got a compliment there, Josh. I think we should go ahead and bring on the guest and, fill this room up with some laughter, some live, love, laugh. We're going to just... Chris!
Hello!
How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Tubular J?
I'm doing okay.
That's I want to start calling you that like from now on. Just
Hey, go for it.
like,
I'll answer
like,
the tubular
like
J.
my goal now is to like at your funeral, people will be like, "Oh, tubular J."
Oh, God. I love that you saw that and said, at his funeral, I am going to do this.
Good
Right
old
to my
tubular
funeral.
J.
Oh,
And
man.
Josh is AOL Josh right now.
Yeah, he is.
Having
Yeah.
that trouble.
Oh, man. Pen, awesome. Good to see
Not
you
remember-
always. So, Chris, how are you?
I'm
Are
good.
you in the store?
I'm at the store because my internet is bad too, but I acknowledge that and find alternate places to go.
Right on.
Josh just kind of keeps hoping that it'll fix itself. But yeah, I'm at the store right now, which is actually appropriate because I spent a lot of the 90s in comic book stores. So that's one thing that hasn't changed.
Well, Chris, can you and talk for me just for a second?
Okay.
I think this is a technical difficulty tonight.
Can you hear me?
Your mic was really low. All right. Prize Cam's telling me he's fine. We're gonna move on. Chris,
Little I can hear, he sounds fine on my end.
this is the best. This is gonna be the best episode of all time. Does anybody else want to come join that show with us? Anybody else? Oh man. Okay, Chris sounds good here. Zach, thank you. If Josh is AOL bound at the moment, does that mean he's using Netscape? I think he tried to download a song and it's taking 4 hours, and he's going to get kicked off by his parents. So I think that's what's happening. Chris, who are you? What are you? How are you? Tell us about yourself. No, can't hear anything. Chris, you were good. However you were before, go back to that. Chris.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna stick with that. We're gonna that's
Nope.
it.
Nobody touch any wires.
That's it.
We'll be
Nothing
okay.
else.
Okay.
This really is the 90s episode.
I know. So I'm Chris. Let's see. I work at the store, so maybe you've seen me there.
Okay. What do you do at the store?
I don't know, man. I
Nobody knows.
give I make sure people get their funny books. That's the most important thing. I try to explain to people Josh's pricing system, or try to decide, try to figure out what he has bought recently, which literally nobody knows. So that is I'm the Josh Whisperer. Maybe that's my job. I work the rest of the time. I work at the UH library.
Right on.
And I'm currently finishing up my master's degree in library science.
Okay.
And
what does that mean? What does library science mean to a layman like me?
Well, library science. Okay, so think about a library. Think about a library like a retail store. Okay. Mm-hmm. So the most visible people in a retail store are the people who stock stuff, and the cashiers, the people who check you out. And it's kind of the same thing in a library, where the most visible people are the people who check you out, people who help you find books. But behind that, there's the ordering of the books. There's building the data systems that you can make those books discoverable. Our library has 80,000 volumes.
Wow.
So you have to be able to have all of that has to be discoverable through internet search. We have even more databases and things like that. So the library master's degree in library science kind of focuses with all that back end stuff.
Okay. Well, that's interesting because I've never knew that. I never understood that. So you have not personally read those 80,000 books?
No, I have not. I have not. But I can usually find you the information that you need to know, even if I don't know it. That's kind of the difference there.
It's not like working in a bookstore where you kind of have to lie and pretend so you can sell the book.
I do. Look, I used to work at the public library, okay, and all of the little old ladies who wanted their Amish fiction, I didn't read every one of the little Amish fiction. Oh, Amish romance fiction is huge, my friend. Did you not know that?
No, tell me more.
Thing. It's chaste romance. I'm not making this up. This is not a joke. Somebody in the chat, please.
This sounds made up.
This is a real thing. This is a major genre of like chaste, like at most PG romances revolving around like Amish people. I mean, this is not a thing. Someone in the chat, please back me up on this.
In the chat, if you have read an Amish,
or just know that it's a thing, so he doesn't think I'm a liar. I don't want Tubular J to think I'm a liar. But yes, thank you, Jackie. Thank you. I didn't read every one, but I kind of knew the popular authors, and I kind of knew what we had just bought in that genre, and so I could kind of help them find something interesting.
Well,
it's a real thing.
We got very specific about your job, but it sounds awesome. I'm glad you do it. As Kim said before, libraries are the best. So
thank you, Kim.
Without libraries, where are we, right? And One True Zachary says second best behind the prize cam. So have you seen the show? Our prize cam is the lifeblood of the show.
Prize cam is the all-knowing, all-seeing Omni-Lord of the show. Yes.
Josh, he can leave. We're still good to the show, but if the prize cam was out, that's it. We're shutting it down.
I understand.
It's going to be hard to rag on him with him not here.
Oh no, it's going to be easy to rag on him because he can't talk back. Like, look, I've known Josh since like 1993. Like, I have lots of Josh stories for you.
I want to hear him because he can't complain.
Do you want some Josh stories?
Give me a good one.
Okay. Well, okay. So
he told one before about like yelling at you and like making you get him a hamburger. Were you around for that? I don't know.
Okay. So it's the 90s show, so we have to talk about the 90s. We have to explain. Comics were huge in the 90s. Comic shops were huge in the 90s. There were like 4 or 5 in Huntsville. And one of them creatively was named The Comic Shop. And then, like, that was the name of it. It was run by a guy named Bill. And then Bill decided to expand to Decatur. So he did a franchise shop called The Comic Shop 2. Okay. And he got Josh, who was 19 years old at the time.
Hold on. It was named The Comic Shop, and then they branched out, and it's The Comic Shop 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
So they got Josh to run it. Okay. Josh was 19.
He's 19?
He's 19.
Okay.
And he is the only employee in this building. Okay.
Wow. So
there's like no supervisor or anything. Like, he is like the authority in this building. And we were, like freshmen, high school, just nerds. But like, we started hanging out at this shop, and like, it seemed okay to us because we didn't know any better that like, oh, well, this guy's for 19. He knows what's going on. But it was like he was the Lord of the Flies and we were just his little piggies. Yes, the comic shop. The comic shop is still open. It's owned by a guy named Muncie now. Completely different guy. None of these stories apply to him. Muncie's a great guy. But I mean, he was like just a moe surrounded by a dozen curlies. And he was kind of a mean dude. Like, I'm not joking.
So Josh was a mean dude, or this other guy?
No, Josh was a dick. I'm sorry. Can I cuss on this show? What's our movie rating?
We're going for family friendly, but
okay.
I mean, if it's Josh is a dick, I'm fine with it.
Josh. Okay, Josh. At one point, like okay, so yeah, like, and he would just sit there And he had 2 games. One was to fart and then use the electric fan beside him, to aim the fart at a customer. Okay.
Oh my god.
And then the other game was he had like a little rubber Super Ball. And okay, now I'm big now. And okay, so the comic shop was on 6th Avenue, which is like a 4-lane highway, goes straight through Decatur. And he would take this ball and he would whip it out into the street and try to see if it could bounce down. Hey, Josh.
You are grossly mischaracterizing this. We
Let him continue.
We rolled.
Let him keep going.
He would
This is
whip
my
this
favorite
ball out.
episode of this show ever. That's it. We can call it. This is done. It's the best.
He would
Well, the
whip
statute
this.
of limitations is up, so I guess it's okay.
Let me finish my story. Let me speak my truth, Josh. Okay? He would whip this ball out across 4 lanes of interstate or highway and like see if it could make it to the end. And sometimes it just got hit by a car and it vanished, but sometimes it would make it to the end. And then he would look at me and go get it. And like I was like 14, so I just went and did it.
15. You were 15.
15.
That makes it all better.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so I was 14 or 15. Fine, I was a child. Okay, I was going to do this. Another time, okay, while he was at the comic shop, another
The whole
child.
point of that was if it made it across 3 times, the ball got to retire.
Yeah, the ball got to retire. I didn't. I still had to go get the next one. So another time, hold on. You think like he feels bad about this? Obviously he doesn't. Another time, he watched another child on a bike get run over by an 18-wheeler.
That did not happen inside of the store. Arrington and Zach were not in front of the store when that happened. They came limping up to the store, and Zach was all bleeding and bloody, and he bled orange blood, by the way. It was super weird.
It was the 90s.
And
Everybody bled orange blood in the 90s.
We had like some extreme Doritos or something. You know, there was all sorts of artificial flavors back then.
These two kids, this was Arrington and Zach. They were foolishly riding their bikes across this street that I willingly sent Chris into. And an 18-wheeler went zipping past them, and Zach got caught in the wake.
Slipstream.
And so he's like, whoop, and he got pulled down, and he just kind of skidded along, and he scraped the heck out of himself. So he comes limping up to the store, pushing his bike, while Arrington comes up. They come in, and they continue to argue about whatever they had been arguing about before they got there. And Arrington got really mad at Zach. You remember this? And he started kicking him in his messed up knee. And we're like, dude, what are you doing? You've got to stop this.
I think it's safe to say none of us were like really well adjusted socially.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Let's see.
But so, like, the kid is bleeding orange blood, and you said it was Doritos. So in my head, it's irradiated or radioactive Doritos, and then boom, that's a 90s comic.
There was a lot of like artificial flavors and artificial colors back. Like we had like purple ketchup. It was a lawless time.
God.
Let's see. I want to talk about. Let's see. So he got mad at me. That's what this was all like background. So that's the environment that I'm being raised in, right? And then like, so I was hanging out.
Josh
I
is
forgot
like,
about this.
And I
Josh is
can't.
like your abusive big brother in this situation.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
he had an abusive big brother, and his big brother got jumped by a dumpster.
Let's focus on one story at a time, okay? But he did, yeah. He got pretty bad. Okay, so we're like hanging out. I don't even remember what the discussion was, but I was like pretending to be mad at Josh, and I was like grabbing him by the shirt and I was shaking him, right? But
He
Josh
reached
doesn't.
over the counter, grabbed me by the shirt like he was going to pick me
Let me
up.
tell my story. Let me tell my story. Can you let me tell my story?
Go ahead.
Okay, so here's the thing. Like Josh doesn't really shake, right? He just kind of is this. He stands still, and so I ripped this shirt. Okay, and. Okay, now, Jeremy, you know this, but I don't know how many other people that are watching this online, like, Josh is a big guy, okay? Sometimes I really wish that. Do you remember when you had your dinosaur book when you were like a little kid, and it had the picture of the Tyrannosaurus, but then there was like an inset, and it was like the silhouette of the Tyrannosaurus, and then there was like a human. Right, so you could get the size comparison. Like, I wish you had one of those for Josh, so you would understand. Josh is a big guy, okay? But here's the thing. He's also surprisingly fast, okay? I rip his shirt, and there's like this moment of dead silence, right? If it was a Western, like the piano player would have stopped playing and everything. And then Josh, like, starts coming over the counter, okay? He's coming over the counter, he grabs me, and he's like, da-da, and I'm, because this was not a family show at the time, but like, do you know how hard it is to find shirts myself? Okay, now Jeremy,
it was a high-class Far Side T-shirt.
I'm not proud of
Far
this.
Side on it.
I ran away. Okay, I just ran away.
I get it. Who can judge you?
And I ran and I bought him a hamburger because I knew he liked hamburgers, and I went and I bought him a replacement shirt at Sears. And I will be honest, it was very hard to find a shirt in his size. Like I learned that. And I like came back I came back in I just like cracked open the door and I like put the hamburger on the counter. And he ate, and he started to eat that, so he seemed happy. And then I put the shirt on the counter, and he looks at the shirt, and he's like, "Yes, okay." And then I like eased back in. But yeah,
you're killing me. I'm gonna die before you finish.
There was again. We were children, okay, and we just thought like he was an authority figure. We didn't know any better.
I was 18. I was 19. I wasn't much older than you.
We thought, he goes to community college. He clearly knows what's going on. I can't even remember what he said, but there was a kid there, and Josh was just done with him, and so he picked him up by the back of his shirt.
That was Gilchrist,
yeah, and the back of his pants, hefted him up. Okay, so like all four limbs are off the ground. He opens the door, like nudges open the door with his face, and just throws him. Okay, and I mean throws him into the parking lot. Like the kid like bounced. Okay.
It was much more gentle than that.
Josh?
Do what?
Was he stealing Pokemon cards?
He was just talking back.
He just had opinions he would not keep to himself, and they were about everything, including your mom and everything else. And I had put up with him for months.
Was it Justin Lynch?
No, it was a kid. It was a kid named Gilchrist. Yeah, I did catch a kid stealing Wonder Woman comics once, and I just picked him up and like told him that was illegal, and he was going to go to jail where he was going to die, and he peed himself.
Oh man!
I didn't mean to scare him that bad.
Okay,
I didn't.
We haven't even gotten into Spawn. Okay, so to illustrate how like unsupervised this whole situation was, Josh kept a customer's Gila monster.
Killing me too.
Kept a Gila monster in the back of the shop for like 2 weeks.
He was a Savannah monitor lizard.
And fed it live mice.
What?
In this retail establishment.
We were supposed to babysit him for 6 weeks because Ben was out of town. He had to travel for work. It was supposed to be for 6 weeks, but then like 4 weeks into it, he got told he was going to be gone for another 4 weeks. So we ended up having this guy for like 10 weeks. Oh
man.
It was said in a very fatherly tone.
Thanks,
Peter.
Based on the
appreciate
previous
all
story,
the support.
I believe you.
But anyway, so Ben was traveling, and so we ended up having this Savannah monitor lizard in the back room for 10 weeks. And
you're supposed to lizard. Hold on, I'm gonna Google monitor lizard.
Go for
real
it.
Quick. I'm gonna put a picture of a monitor lizard.
He wasn't full grown. They grow to be about 5 feet long.
Uh-huh.
and he wasn't full grown, but
those are deadly goods, though, right? Though I mean, those
not to people.
Those are monsters.
No, his name was Spawn. What harm could he do? He was about 2 feet long. He might have given, like, him and a squirrel would have really been a good match for each other.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are killing me. What is this? What is this?
Hey, man, he's speaking his truth.
Lord. Yeah, we have to shape up now, Chris, because Kaylee's is here.
Oh, hi.
But anyway, so we had this monitor lizard in the back room, and you're supposed to feed him a live mouse like every 7-8 days. And that was fascinating because you go to the store, you pick up a mouse, you come in, you drop it in the cage, and he's like, and he swallows it whole, and you're done. Except we thought it was really cool. So he...
Did he go away again? Best part of the story.
You finish it.
Okay.
I'm sure your version of it is going to be just as much fun.
Okay, so basically, like you're supposed to feed him a mouse a week, but we thought it was cool, so we fed him. Yeah, there you go. We fed him like a mouse every day. And again, like Josh just go get a mouse, and like we had to go to the pet store and get a live mouse and go feed this thing. At some point,
I'm going to leave this up here for a minute because I want people to appreciate that this is a monster.
It's a big thing, and like you can't, like, it'll bite you. It won't kill you or anything, but it'll bite you. It's pretty violent. And then like at one point, like we had fed it so much that we dropped the mouse in, and he just like looked at the mouse and went, and he just like was done. And so then like we're like, well, what do we do? So we just left the mouse in there. So for like several days, this mouse just lived with this monitor lizard, and yeah, Josh, and like they were like buddies. At one point, like Josh came in and they were like curled up together, like Tamoon and
on the heat rock. Yeah, on Spawn's little heat rock. Yeah.
Then, eventually, like the mouse tried to make an escape, and so it like
which required the lizard's help.
Was it? Well, because you walked in on this. I didn't see this.
I did, yeah. It was a Thursday. It was New Comic Book Day. I'm walking in. I flip on the light. The lid of the terrarium is pushed over to the side. The mouse is on top of the terrarium, which required the lizard's help to get there. And I flip on the light. The mouse looks up. His eyes go like this. He's like, oh, my God, it's those people. I better get back in here with my friend. And he dives in with the lizard. And that's when he realized that it was a one-time deal with the lizard. Because the lizard caught him. The lizard caught him and killed him, and it was the most gruesome of all. That was really hideous.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is really sad.
I'm going to put it this way.
Story of all time.
At one point, Chris Reese, Wayne Miller, and I were planning to, and we started writing a play about those 2 years at the comic book store. Because it would make one heck of a play, and we wouldn't have to tell a single fabricated story. It was all real.
Man, do you guys want to bail on the quiz show and just talk about Josh as a 18, 19-year-old?
Now, okay. So also, I want you to
child exploiter.
Give you the mental image of Josh as an 18-year-old. So he's about as big as he is now. No goatee. This is all smooth. And then do you remember the 90s, like the butt cut, like it was parted in the middle and it kind of came down here? You remember that? That's what he had. That's what you had, wasn't it?
No.
No? What was your Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
I always had short hair, except for the time I got the really bad haircut by mistake when the barber is going
that one
back of my head.
Just the one
and
time.
She got carried away, and she was supposed to go up and leave it a little longer on top but shorter underneath so it would be cooler, but she accidentally shaved too high and it was on the side of the back of the head, so it's all the way up here, and it's shaved down to nothing. So I've got this weird off-center skunk stripe of bare flesh on the back of my head and my neck. So then the whole thing had to go, and the haircut that the Hulk had in the 90s with when the Peter David run, and Gary Frank was drawing it, and all. That's the haircut that I kind of halfway ended up with.
Guys, this is the best time of my entire life. I feel like I have laughed more in the last 15 minutes than I have since I've been an adult. So I don't want to stop this, but also
we have a quiz show.
We have a quiz show. Chris, real quick, some things I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay.
Remind me, we're going to hit these.
Okay.
You're an author, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I want to talk about that.
Okay.
And also, what is your favorite kind of dolphin meat?
My favorite kind of dolphin meat?
That's for the audience. I don't really want to answer. You can answer, but
bottlenose? I don't know, but I'm sure they're all tasty. And the fact that they're intelligent and empathetic just makes them tastier, quite frankly.
Oh man. The prize cam is sending me a note, but the prize cam wants to know if you can be on every week. So I am happy to have you replace Josh as the host of this show.
I want to come in once during the session and just tell another Josh story and then go back out.
You're invited every episode.
You're muted, Josh.
Muted. Can I unmute you?
You asked about Chris, and so yes.
Oh God. Oh. I thought you were going to have a picture of me from the 90s. That's one of my books. That's another one of my books. That is another one of my books, yes.
You're doing this, I'm not that proud of them, they're just books kind of thing. Shades of blue and gray.
Yeah, I have
he had a short story in here. And he had a short story in here that if you like H.P. Lovecraft, the story in this book will be so right up your alley. Chris's story in this book is amazing.
Awesome.
His story in this book, super duper cool. Totally dig it. Of his 3 novels, my favorite, I think, is his most recent, is this one. It's super cool. He does some really interesting stuff in here. Highly, highly, highly recommend. The man can write. He could write back then when he was in high school, and he can write. He can still write.
All right, Chris.
What's up?
Before the show is over, give me a link. You pick the one that you think people would. Best. What's the best lead into your writing? You drop a link in there. You owe me that.
Okay, I will do that.
All right.
I will do that for you, Jeremy.
I appreciate it. All right. So we have a show. We're gonna cut to the price cam. All right. We got some cool stuff.
Hey, hang on. I gotta answer a question. They have absolutely been read, and I believe they're all autographed. That one is. I want to see if I got one of the ones that you sold at the store for the Drowned Forest, because he went in at the back of all of the books that we had at the store, and he wrote special, unique endings for each one of them.
I remember that. Yes,
man.
That were hilarious.
Everyone was a special issue. Yeah,
it was so funny, and I didn't get one of those. I didn't get one of those. Oh, I'm so upset. And also, to talk about a picture. Look at the man. He wore like a tie for his author photo because he was that kind of author.
I didn't smile for my photo. I was like very serious author.
Well, yeah, and you were wearing a tie instead of like, yes, I write these books for young adults.
Next time you do it, I think the rule now is you kind of got to look like you want to have sex with the audience just a little bit, but you're not available. That's what you got to look like.
Oh.
So, check these awesome things out. Look at this.
Josh with the quick change. Okay, so tonight, as you'll see by my name, it's 90s night. Chris, we asked him to come on the show. He said, only if it's 90s night. Only if you give away 90s stuff. Only if you ask 90s questions.
Okay, no, I said I will come on the show, but I don't want to play for the usual prizes you have, which are like quality, good stuff. Mm-hmm. I want to play for gimmicky 90s trash. Okay, so I want to play for the chromium covers. I see that protectors with the bullet hole in it. This is what the 90s was about. Yes, look at that. Look at that.
Talk about that. We definitely need to talk about that. That is There's a lot of ingenuity on this table right now, but a lot of it is trash. This book is, whoa, man. All right. Also, you will see everything on this table came out of the 90s, with the exception of Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
we're just revisiting him. Okay, so Ghost Rider can take a break this one episode. Let's see. Solo. Okay, so we've got Shadowhawk number 1.
Yes, that is a Spectre cover. That's actually one of the better glow-in-the-dark covers ever done. That one's awesome.
That Spectre cover came out in December 1992. Glows in the dark. What kind of weirdness is that? We've got next to it Onslaught Reborn. Chris, I want you to tell me the story about this because, as a librarian, you educated me the other day. Let's revisit this later in the show.
Okay.
We've got Double Edge Omega coming out of 1995. We've got Protectors, January 1993. Malibu, haven't heard from them recently. I wonder what they're up to. Then you scroll up, we've got Amazing Spider-Man
375, super shiny cover.
March 92. Look at that. Look at that gold foil. You can take that to the bank. And then Impulse is our signed comic tonight by Mark Waid.
Signed by Mark Waid.
So he wrote it. It's Impulse, number 1. Cable, number 1. That was
shiny.
Shiny. Look at it. Look at his straps. They just did the shiny stuff on his straps. Man.
I'm going blind here.
They didn't even do his eye.
Shadowhawk. Number 1. Look at that.
Number 1, 92. And then also, I threw in a weird thing that has survived my childhood. I have carried this albatross around my entire childhood. 20 metallic X-Men cards. Those X-Men cards came out of 1996. They're not in good condition. Nobody's acting like they are. They're in bad condition. But now they're your problem. Whoever wins it, you're taking them home with you.
You're going to have so many people logging out of this. Bye.
You know what we are doing, though? We got the Canadian question where you can win $25 to Haven Comics. But
don't worry, it's going to be $19.95, so it's really going to be like $17.
Okay.
That's really generous. All right. So we've got 17 Haven dollars on the line. And all you got to do is beat Chris at his own game. Because this man told us what to ask. He said 90s and 90s only. That's what we did. So.
In all fairness, he did not say that. We just decided that we were going to go that way with it.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Did you know what you're getting into?
Nope.
All right. Good. It's always better that way.
Made a special trip up to the store for this, but no, that's okay. Yeah.
Fine. All right. You guys ready?
I think we should do it.
All right. I think we're ready to play. All right. For Shadowhawk, number 1. Look how shiny that is.
Wait,
look at that.
I know these don't come from the 90s, but, we do have these super shiny stickers.
I took a break from the stickers today. 1 day off for the stickers because they didn't come out of the 90s. But if you want those stickers, come spend your 25 Haven dollars on those stickers. They're quality. They shine.
They look like they could be from the 90s.
They do.
If you're doing like a 90s retro look or something.
Hang on. Load up on the Pop Rocks and let's do this.
Anybody got any Surge? Man, the 90s.
Oh, Jolt Cola, man. It was Jolt. Jolt was the good stuff. Twice the sugar, twice the caffeine. If you have a headache, it is gone. If you don't have a headache, you will.
Every terrible product that I can that just bursts into my mind at 90s. They're all 90s.
Where the
Pogs at?
Yeah.
Got my slammer ready. Oh, man. Pogs were mean, too, because you could play Pogs and then walk away with all your friends' Pogs, and it's like, you're not friends anymore. You guys aren't friends anymore after
You don't
that.
need friends when you got Pogs. You're Pog rich now.
I have so many Pogs. Oh man! All right, Chris.
What's up?
For that Darkhawk cover.
Okay.
What toy caused total chaos during the 1996 Christmas season, inciting violence across the country and selling all 1 million units created before Christmas Day?
Oh, I remember this one.
Okay. See, there were a couple things that did that.
Mm-hmm.
Can I no other hints than that?
No, it's just a question. You have to talk yourself through it.
Okay, so 96. So it wasn't Cabbage Patch.
That was 80s.
That was it Tickle Me Elmo?
Well, you have to tell us. Is that your answer?
It was Tickle Me Elmo!
It was Tickle Me Elmo. 1996.
You got your very own Shadowhawk comic for that.
Oh man. Tickle
For
Me
that,
Elmo.
I have to thank my high school computer-aided drafting teacher, Mr. Allen, who would sometimes tell dirty jokes. And I remember the joke was, do you know how oh shoot, I can't remember what it is.
That's probably good because we're still a family channel.
Right. Okay. What's the last thing they do to the Tickle Me Elmo before it comes off the factory line? They give it 2 testicles.
Oh.
Testicles. I didn't say they were good jokes.
Now,
I didn't say they were good jokes. I just said they were jokes.
That was technically a joke. I guess technically that counts as a joke.
Oh man, Chris, congratulations!
Thank you.
I gotta say, I really appreciate that Elmo caused nationwide violence and panic.
I'm sorry, Kaylisa. That was inappropriate.
No, it's perfect.
10th
it's
grade,
fun.
and it's inappropriate today. I apologize.
Kaylisa, look away. That's what kind of episode we're on.
That's what kind of episode this is. I don't know if you knew that, but that's what this is.
How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? Spider Girl 42.
8,
no, we need to know.
8 tickles.
8?
10 tickles.
10 tickles. Okay.
Also, you know what?
When did Chris graduate? Chris, did you graduate in 96?
I graduated in 97.
97.
Yeah.
I do want to take the time to acknowledge that Spider-Girl's joke was better than Chris's. So now we can move on.
Oh, I do have one announcement to make, mostly for Alan Breedlove. If you enjoy this because it goes away on Tuesday at noon.
You
getting the hair cut.
You have to live stream it, and they have to just cut it off with scissors, and then that's it. You got to walk out.
No. I have to be able to go to work and go to meetings and things, and that would not be a good look.
Oh, man. All right.
So, we've got some overlap here, Chris.
Decatur High, J. Thorne. Okay. I was at Decatur High, so yeah, we probably bumped into each other.
Small world.
Cool. Yeah.
Did you steal his lunch money or anything?
No, it's possible he stole mine. Like, I was still getting bullied by freshmen when I was a senior, so.
If you had seen Chris back at the time, he had this long, super fine, like baby doll, yellow hair.
Okay.
And he would show up for class with like a Pepto-Bismol with a straw in it and giant fuzzy slippers to take tests. This is what I was told.
Oh, yeah.
He showed up with a Pepto-Bismol.
Okay, no, this. Okay, I went to
Just
school
once.
one time in my pajamas and fuzzy shorts.
They do that to hide that there's alcohol in it, so nobody can challenge it.
I never did Pepto-Bismol. I don't. Are you joking or like was that? I didn't. Do that.
I heard that you did that your senior year.
That wasn't me. I brought a Ouija board to my finals. That was my big, like, sticking it to the man joke.
Wait, what? I'm not bullying Chris.
Josh has been bullying me for like 25 years.
I have not.
Yeah. want you guys to know I just I googled Pepto-Bismol smoothie, but there's no good visual. I just want you to know that that's where my head was. Okay, so Josh, question 2.
What's the prize for question 2?
Let's check. What's the prize Cam doing right now? It is boom, cable number 1.
Oh, sure.
It's
double in value.
Look at that.
Every month.
It's a collector's edition, which means it's worthless.
Catch that shine, prize Cam. Whoa.
Man, so they did so much here. In all these comics, they did so much cool stuff. But just make a good book.
All they did, they focused on covers. They didn't actually bother with a good story. That wasn't a problem. So the bubble burst and everyone went broke.
All right. So for that super shiny cable number 1,
extra shiny, yeah.
All you have to do is answer this question.
Go for it.
In an episode of Batman the Animated Series, what legendary TV actor voiced the Gray Ghost, the fictional childhood hero of Bruce Wayne?
The Batman Adam West. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. You are correct, sir.
I knew West. I could not. I knew exactly which one you were talking about. I couldn't figure out his first name. But yes, Adam West.
You were killing it. You're killing it.
Well, you know what? This is,
hey, man.
Hey, you ain't the only one who was tubular in the 90s, sir.
No, you burst out of the gate. You're killing it. That original air date, I'm hammering this all day. 1992.
That was a great show. Like, there honestly were not a lot of good, animated shows in the 90s, but that one it looked good.
The Disney afternoon begs to differ, sir.
The Disney afternoon? Like DuckTales and stuff?
Yeah, DuckTales and stuff. Darkwing Duck.
But
Chippendale Rescue Rangers. It was good at the time.
But nothing.
Gummy Bears.
Okay, but those were very well made kids cartoons. Okay, this is the nerdiest argument I've ever made. But Batman the Animated Series, that was a serious cartoon. Okay, that was like dark and kind of messed up. It had Mark Hamill's Joker. Yeah, that was a beautiful show. That was.
What about the X-Men animated series? That was also excellent.
Hey, I'm an X-Men man myself. That Batman show. That was quality.
Just the look of it, and the WB logo, and it turned into the Zeppelin, and everything was like the 1940s, but also 2020, and it was a great show.
You and I are clicking at the same time. All right, come on.
I just wanted to acknowledge this because Marcus is correct.
Hey, you guys can like what you like. That doesn't mean that Batman isn't.
It was excellent. It just there was actually a lot of good anime in the 90s. That's what I'm trying to say.
I feel like the 90s was the peak of animation, and then after that they get into flash animation, that kind of stuff. But in the 90s it was still hand drawn. Mm-hmm. It was beautiful. The work that goes into a cartoon, I can't even fathom how much actual human labor went into it in the 90s. So.
100% agree with that.
Yeah.
You hear that song and you're just like, boom, you're right there. It transports you.
Yeah.
Sing it now.
He sings it every episode.
See, you can't help it. It's just
I know.
It's always playing in my head. I get it.
Uh,
We also bouncing here and there and everywhere. High adventure that's beyond compare.
Did Paul Dini write Harley Quinn? Was he the first?
Yes.
Did he create Harley Quinn? Okay.
Yes, he did.
I know he did some work on that show. Yeah.
Created Harley Quinn for the cartoon, and then she ended up in the comics. I hope we're not answering one of the questions because I haven't read them yet.
Yeah. Same. I like to be surprised. And then Bruce Timm created the landscape of DC from that point forward. That was it. But then, so he was the director of animation on animated series, and then Superman, and then Justice League, and then he just quit and then stopped. He was still the DC animated universe. He was still in charge of that up until like very recently, and I guess he just took a hiatus. But he's the man. If you ever have a chance, Google Bruce Timm. He is, he just kills it. Okay, so next, question 3. We're gonna add the prize cam. Prize cam today, putting in a little extra effort because you gotta show off how
catch
tiny
the
these
light
things are.
there, yeah.
Right. All right, so this is Double Edge Omega. Which,
you're gonna tell me that this is more effort than all of those Canadified pictures of Nick Ellis and Dustin Ellis?
Watch out, or those Canadified pictures are going to be holograms moving forward.
So 90s.
Oh, man. Prize cam, if you don't mind, will you flip that over? Because the front shows off some boring characters. You go to the back, you get Ghost Rider. You get, what is that? Is that Daredevil? Yeah. I don't even want to open this book because it's going to let me down. The cover is 10 out of 10, and the book was made in the 90s, so it's going to suck. All right.
We're already getting special requests for whether she can show off the glow-in-the-dark cover.
Oh, we'll see. That's coming up soon. All right, Double Edge Omega, October 1995. All you got to do to win Double Edge Omega 1995 October, that's when it came out, is answer. While everyone knows that Superman number 75 was included in the infamous black bag, what comic was found in the white bag just 6 months later?
Oh, gosh.
And then, if you get this, you're going to have to tell me what we're talking about.
Putting comic books in bags you can't see. Suddenly a thing.
Superman 75 was the death of Superman.
Okay.
And then...
Mildly popular story.
Somewhat, yeah. Superman 500. Thanks, but no thanks, Justin. I'm trying to think what it would be. I'm sure it was like the rebirth of Superman, but I don't know what issue that would be. Let's say Action Comics number... You know, Josh, I cleaned a bathroom for you. And we're not going to get into that story, but I want you to know, you know and I know, I cleaned a bathroom for you. And
you and Hutto. You and Mr. Hutto.
We're not going to get into that story.
Is that the answer?
You could maybe blink a couple times or give me... Yeah, okay. Superman 77.
Okay, I made a mistake here. I clicked, is it a fold open for the Omega whatever, and then the thing moved, and so when I clicked it off...
Are you serious?
Yep.
Well, Justin, it's not Superman 500. It's Adventures of Superman 500.
Oh, are we getting that specific? Where are we? So
there were multiple titles of Superman at the time, and yes, that's a different book.
We got Action 500. We got Action Comics 500.
Nope, those are wrong.
Where are we? Did we
it was
get
Adventures of Superman 500. It was a different book.
You know,
Dang. Well, Justin, we don't have it.
Justin tried to help me out. Josh left me out to dry. But Justin, you tried to help me out, and I appreciate that.
Justin wasn't trying to help you. He was trying to be the first one to snipe the answer.
Yeah, I know.
Do you see this?
I was rooting
Everybody
for you to talk your way through
said it. No, it's done. Nobody got it. Oh man.
So
sorry, I didn't know. I didn't know there were 800 copies of Superman coming out.
Yeah, at the time, I know it's hard to believe now, but at the time, Superman was actually a popular comic, and people would buy it with money. It was not. It was almost as popular as Batman, which right now is just the only book that DC puts out.
Justin cares.
Seriously, in the month of April, 38% of all DC books were Batman. 38%. This past April. 38% of all. Yes, it is.
Give me one good Batman book. So I can't do that anymore. The 10 issues or whatever. If there was one Batman book, I would subscribe forever. That's it. I would just get it without thought. But I don't want to pick and choose. There's too many.
Oh, I get it. Alan was telling me I could pick up the prize this Saturday at Haven. I gotcha.
All right. All right, since nobody won it, since it's such a nuanced answer, Josh, do you want to give Chris the book as a thank you for cleaning the bathroom for you?
I think
Itemized bill.
Just the memory of that caused his computer to short out.
Yeah, we weren't kidding when we said we could write a play about those 2 years at the store without ever having to falsify or fabricate a single thing.
It would be shut down within 2 weeks.
Yeah, but it would be funny.
Hashtag toilet fries. Oh, man.
Yeah.
So if nobody
Josh,
gets
I think we should do it. Nobody got it. I think you should get it.
Okay. What
That's interesting.
What
I'm throwing
happens
my opinion
typically
in the ring,
if nobody gets
which
nobody
matters
gets it?
then.
It's a rare thing, but we laugh and then we put it back in rotation later.
Okay. You should get like a Haven wood chipper, and just like, well, I guess none of you earned this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like put some
Screw
drama
recycling.
into
It's just
it.
nothing.
Yeah.
Based on what happens in Fargo and what happens in Tucker and Dale versus Evil, I don't think a wood chipper is a good idea.
Who even has a wood chipper anymore? Why do you need that? Like you have to like really seek a wood chipper out.
So you've tried. That's what you're saying?
Hey, no comment. My lawyer is in the comments here, and he's told me not to talk about that.
That's
okay,
right. Why is Jeffrey letting me talk about it? Why is he letting us talk about this stuff, dude?
Did you give him $1?
Shutting us down.
Did you give him the $1? You need to give him $1.
I've given him a lot of prizes.
$1.
Dude, you're getting $1, okay? I got it. I'm good for it. Trust me.
Oh man, Jeffrey,
Wow.
I think you and Kim, or Kim only, or you only have $25 in Haven Comics money up at the shop. So Josh can give you his $1 when you go.
I've earned those prizes. He's earned those prizes.
Oh man. All right, question 4. Josh, we are playing for this crazy piece of mistake. Why did this happen?
It goes to better looking through his chest hole. I love it.
Okay, so some people might be thinking, I bet that's very clever that they incorporated that hole in every page. So it's like Commissioner Gordon's donut in one page and a bullet hole in another page. Could PrizeCam open that up so we could see the artistic, how the artistic intent flows through the entire book?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It doesn't at all.
Well, I'm
literally
building it up, Josh.
Yeah.
We'll give the PrizeCam a minute to
Give
get that
PrizeCam
out.
a moment.
There, PrizeCam's got it.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I mean, like,
hole right through the.
Yeah, this is.
They forgot to coordinate this with the artist.
Yeah,
it's a gimmick they came up with later.
Yeah,
it occasionally does cut through words.
Man, like, you could just 3-hole punch it, and then you've got the same effect. This is not good.
Look at that ad. This is terrible. Nothing he can do about that.
Nope.
Oh, wait, can you flip back to that ad? Because that ad is actually advertising another gimmick cover, the industry's first pop-out cover. So we have, like, Inception gimmicks right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Now that Superman is finally dead, Sergio Gru and
goes.
Mark whatever have created
There
the
you go.
strongest
Mark
supplement.
Evener.
Yeah,
Hey,
there's actually an upcoming Gru comic book, by the way.
I'm
And
signed up for
it's
it.
a crossover.
that's what we needed.
Gru
is
and
Gru to come
Tarzan.
back.
That's
Gru,
it.
Gru and Tarzan. I'm signed up for it. Yeah.
Okay, question 4. You can win that literal piece of garbage that somebody has already defaced for you. You don't even need to deface it. Send it into CGC and they'll say every page is trash. They'll send it back to you with a 0.
I bet there's. I'm gonna have to check this, but I bet there's not a single 9.8 of that book on the census.
Do you remember, speaking of gimmick covers, do you remember the Tyvek Indestructible cover?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so this was, I think it was Valiant, and they made a cover out of Tyvek?
Just read this comment.
Kevlar.
Was it Kevlar? Okay.
Yeah.
So it was Kevlar, and they advertised it as like an indestructible cover. So we were a bunch of turds, and so we immediately took this comic and put it under
Wayne's car.
like a LeSabre, like a 1978 LeSabre. Like
The thing was a massive green machine. It was monstrous.
and just shredded this, and then mailed it back. Like we were sticking it to the man by mailing this comic back to them and proving that it wasn't indestructible.
We wanted a no prize. Yeah. Are we all the way up to question number 4 now? Wow.
We
look at
are.
this.
We're at question number 4.
Okay.
All right.
Question number 4.
We're doing
Cast
good
your
for
mind
us.
back.
Okay.
Invented by a high school shop teacher in 1990. What fashion accessory was an instant hit, selling an estimated 10 to 15 million units by the end of the year?
Okay.
A
Invented
fashion
in
accessory
1990.
invented by a high school shop teacher.
Uh-huh.
It caught on and it sold like hotcakes.
Well, okay. It sold how many by when?
10 to 15 million units by the end of the year.
10 to 15 million units in 1990, or
Yeah.
within a year. Okay. Okay, so I have a question about this. Okay, I'm not allowed to use like Google or anything, right?
No,
you can't
that would be
cheat.
silly.
Okay,
You just gotta have
so
to know it.
That's cheating. Okay, but then all these other people over, well, I think they're over here on the comments, they can use Google, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Honor system. We
Okay.
don't know what
The
they're
problem
doing.
with them is
Okay,
this is a
so-
speed thing for them, and it's
Yeah.
not for you. So they have to be the
So-
first one to answer. So they better
Well-
know it.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm hearing is that I am pitting my brain against the internet. Okay.
Except.
Wait.
As soon as we ask a question,
What
somebody
I
will
hear,
respond.
hold on. What I hear is I'm basically John Henry, fighting the steam engine of the
Yeah.
21st century knowledge economy. Is
That's
that
pretty
correct?
good. That's a good comparison.
That's
yeah.
it? Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
slap
that's it.
bracelet.
That's what it is.
Slap bracelet.
So how did you
How did
arrive
you
at
know
that?
Oh, John Henry!
How did you know that?
Because, well, it's a shop teacher. And you remember it's the, I
Stretchy?
grew up in comic shops. I don't know tools, but the yeah, right. The
Yeah, right.
the tape measure. Like it's the tape measure.
Yeah.
Like and it's curved and it was crazy popular.
the
So
slap bracelet is a tape measure. I have never thought about that, but
A really short one.
Now I do.
well, yeah, but it's that same. It has that curved, and then yeah.
He was wasting time while he Googled it. Luckily, we can see his hands.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
was
if
talking
he's
with his
cheating-
hands during all of
Yeah.
that.
He's not cheating using the
I just wanted to build up like me being John Henry because I think that's cool.
He really just wanted
That was
to
a
get that one
journey.
out there. That's
When
what
you
it
got
was.
there, I felt it. Okay. So next, Chris, if you've seen the show, the next question is just for the audience.
Okay.
Just for those cheaters in Google.
Right,
That's
yep,
all we want right now. So
Mhm.
do you have the courage and the fortitude
The courage and the fortitude.
to hold back if you know the answer?
Okay, so these people who have been trying to steal my awesome '90s comics, right? Snipe me. Like you think I'm going to help them now? Is that what you're? If that's yeah. I can keep from helping them out. Okay?
Okay.
I hope you all lose.
Great.
I'm going to personally put that comic in the shredder, whatever it is.
Oh God, Chris. Oh man. All right. First, before
we should
anything,
totally have more people watching this show.
Right.
And if you haven't hit the like button by now, what is wrong with you?
I want to give a shout out to Owen Anderson. Writes our questions. Owen did a killer job this time, as always. So we want to say thank you. Also, before we get into it, oh man. Okay, so if you have watched the show before, you know what's coming up. It is the Canadian bonus question, and that means that you have the opportunity to win without Chris's intervention. The fastest person on the answer wins. Also, probably Canada themed because that's in the name of the question. I want to show something off first.
Can I say something?
Is it about the answer?
No, it's not about the answer.
He doesn't know what the question is yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what the question is. Okay, that is the laziest graphic I have ever seen. Like
this?
Okay, so technically it's very good. Technically, it's proficient. But like conceptually, okay, so you were thinking, well, we have to have something to represent Canada. What do we know about Canada? And you spent like 3 seconds going, well, it's cold up there. Let's make it cold. Like, do you know Canada?
When did you get mean?
Canada has hundreds of years of history. Okay, Canada has a burgeoning Asian population. Canada has beautiful redwood forests. Canada has the rich folklore of the Ojibwe people. But you decided to go with it's cold. Okay, so that's all I got to say. Okay. While you're asking this question, I'm going to go look up what the temperature in Ontario is, okay?
God. I can't. Oh man. All right. So before we get into it, I want to show off a piece that I did for Zach, the One True Zachary. Let me throw it up here. So Zach commissioned this, and I think he just asked for Deadpool leaning on a hockey stick, and it just got crazier and crazier and crazier. So Zach, I need you to acknowledge that this is done. I don't have to think about it anymore. He keeps saying Canadian things. All right. Zach, are you there? Come on. All right, never mind. It's done. Never mind, Zach. I'm keeping it. All right, so for 25 Haven dollars, what Canadian funny man took a 20-year break from acting in 1997 to raise his kids after losing his wife to cancer? That was a downer.
You really had to hold that in, though, didn't you, Chris? Because I saw you immediately. You go like, "Oh, don't say anything."
Thank you, Zach. The One True Zachary. I appreciate that.
We have a correct answer.
All right, throw it up there.
Got a few of them. Let's see if we can figure out who had the first correct answer. First correct answer appears to be, as always, the man who gets all of our $25 gift cards.
And
Comics and Death Metal. Ryan.
If Ryan is cheating, he's doing it so
really
well,
fast.
I don't care. Yeah. I mean, his skill set is in cheating so quick.
Typing, he was a very fast typist in school. Because in the 90s, we learned typing in school. So he's showing off those skills.
Yeah.
Therefore, earning these prizes. And at some point, he's going to come in with like just a sheaf of these, and he's just going to go like, "I'm buying the store. Get out."
Yes.
So
I own this now. Josh, get out.
Hang on. Let's see. I do not have you showing above him, Spider-Girl 42. In fact, in front of you, I have Alan Breedlove and then Comics and Death Metal.
Yeah. Spider-Girl 42, sometimes you will have your comments set to show you above other people. That was something that I think Panda Awesome taught us. So on ours, it takes everything and then it filters out any, I guess, like trash that Facebook wants to hide, and then it shows us.
Look, Southern Comic Geek joined us. Where did he go? Lord, this is jumping around. There we go. Southern Comic Geek, welcome to the show, sir. Glad to have you.
All right.
But yeah.
Good. I'm also sorry it took so long to respond because I was getting sad. All right.
Yeah, anybody who is coming into the show late, you probably want to go and rewatch the beginning of it because that's where Chris dredges up a whole lot of stuff from the mid-90s.
That's genius.
That might have been better left buried.
It's 79 degrees in Ontario, by the way, right now. So, like, even if you had a sweater, you wouldn't be putting it on. But yeah, use the cold logo.
When I left, hey, it's summer, dude. It's the middle of summer. When I left Canada,
the freezing cold.
When I left Canada, so I moved up there, stayed up there to meet the prize cam. That's how I came to know the what's the word I'm looking for? What's it mean when something comes to life with brains? You know what it is. Like Optimus Prime.
Comes to life. He was born.
No, like AI. What is it? Man, you guys know my brain sucks. So anyway,
sentience?
Yes. Anyway, that's how I came to know the sentient camera. So I splashed water on my face, and then I walked outside, and dude, it froze. It froze on my face. I got in my car, and I had a layer of literal ice over my beard. So we don't have to split hairs about Canada being great.
That was your one impression of Canada. You're
That's
like,
it.
this is enough for me. I'm gone.
Yeah. In 6 months, that's all that I knew was that. So,
and he took
anyway.
a prize cam with him.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing. I'm not allowed back in Canada. Apparently, you're not allowed to steal prize cams. But question 6.
Question 6.
That's a good point. Canada devoid of a prize cam now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here you go. I'm hoping you don't know this one.
Okay.
But you might. Of course, what prize is he playing for? That's a good question.
Oh, that's my job. All right. So this is a glow-in-the-dark Spectre cover, right?
Oh, hang on.
And the prize cam lets us know we're not seeing anything today.
No, we're trying. No, I got nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
The camera's not subtle enough to pick it up, apparently.
Apparently not. This was junk. And apparently the prize cam, could you see it? Prize cam could see it, so it's real. Okay. So
it's real.
Glow in the Dark, published December 1992. That is what you're going to win if you answer question 6 correctly.
So, like I say, I hope you don't know this one because it will change my opinion of you slightly if you do.
Okay.
Members of what 90s boy band were originally set to appear in Star Wars Attack of the Clones?
90s boy band, Attack of the Clones. Let's see. I am going to guess In Sync. Nope. What? Really? Okay. I'm getting mixed messages here. Is that right or not?
No, it's In Sync.
Are you happy because I don't know it?
In Sync.
Or are you sad because I do know it?
No,
what is going on? Okay,
you.
because this is the thing. There was apparently a plan to actually put In Sync on a space shuttle and send them up to orbit to do a song or a concert or something, and so they were like kind of science fiction-y related. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, NSYNC.
Hey, also, you can love NSYNC if you want. It can be a secret. You don't have to tell us. I'm a utilitarian. If you like it, it has value. I'm not a hater like Josh. Josh is a hater. So
thank you. You know what? That's what makes you tubular.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Tubular J.
Tubular.
Oh, Tubular J. We knew him well.
I just really want to go and watch Point Break right now for some reason.
I've never seen it, but I feel like I would like it. Justin, do I call Lindsay Price Cam? No. I like having fingers and being married, so I do not call her Price Cam.
Josh.
Hang on, we have a note from Prize Cam.
Oh. Lance Bass tried to go to space. Okay. Is he in NSYNC? Okay. I knew it was something. I knew it was yeah. Okay.
Is he Canadian? I'm just wondering because like Prize Cam was on top of that.
No, she just loves NSYNC. So, okay.
So wait, I have a question. Josh, do you know what recent book had a #1 that was glow in the dark?
Besides Geiger?
Geiger, yeah, okay. Which was also awesome. I came this close to buying that one too.
Noctera also had a glow in the dark #1.
Who did? Noctera?
Noctera, yeah. And in both those cases, a glow in the dark cover kind of makes sense.
Yeah, especially.
Well, I can see a glow in the dark Spectre cover. I mean, he's the Spectre. He's coming at you. Like I get that.
Oh, I got it. As far as glow in the dark covers
saying.
Go, that one's one of my favorites. I've always liked that one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We are getting some fun comments about NSYNC, and I'm not going to bring them all up there. Okay, so question 7.
Hang on, we do have a question.
You know he's coming.
Oh,
Joey Fatone will just come and hang out outside with tips.
Immortal Hulk #2 should totally have had a glow in the dark cover. You are absolutely right about that, Owen.
Okay, question 7. It is our real estate question of the night. That means that it is looking for an actual place or focused on a place. In this circumstance, maybe not. Who knows?
Do you know why it's a real estate question focused on a place?
Is it because home ownership is as much of a fantasy as a man who can fly for most millennials?
Brutal.
Yeah.
Oh, hot take!
Yeah. Also, speaking of home ownership,
getting real now.
You guys should come look at my kitchen.
Now, man.
Chris. But in the event Chris has not dissuaded you, talk to me. I'd love to help you. That's my profession.
I forgot that's your job. Sorry. No, yeah. If you can buy a house, you might as well buy one from him. But you probably can't. You'll probably be renting till you die.
Hey man, you can't even rent anymore. Honestly, what's happened now? I'm sorry. I'm just quick digression.
Go for it.
Because of the number of people coming into Huntsville and the moratorium on evictions in Huntsville, the rate, the absorption rate, we call it, is 98%. So 98% of the places that you could live in Huntsville, somebody lives in it. So it's almost impossible. It sucks. It's super hard. So if you want to buy a house, I'll help you. If you want to rent a house, that's not my game, but I'll still try. I'll do what I can do. You just let me know. I'm a helpful guy. All right, so we are going to play.
I would like to stop on this comment for a second because that's hysterical.
That's true. Oh,
that's dead on.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, this weird thing I've had for years and years and years. I got this, I think, from my first comic book shop, which was in Radcliffe, Kentucky. The guy there taught me how to make a bong out of a soda can. He's a cool guy, and he looked exactly like the comic book shop guy in The Simpsons. So, and he kind of sounded like him too. So we're playing for this.
Ooh.
It is a commemorative pack of 20 X-Men trading cards that are made out of metal.
Now, are they metallic or are they actually made out of metal?
Both.
Both.
They are actually made out of metal, and they have metallic like, stuff on them. But like legitimately, I don't know if the prize cam can grab a magnet, but
I mean, these look like artifacts she should be handling with white gloves.
She's fast and loose. She doesn't care about science or anthropology.
Preserving history.
Look at that.
Magnets.
Super magnetic. All right, guys. Worst case scenario, you just have some metal to do whatever you want with. Now you just, show off your magnets. This is a fun thing to do. Okay,
just to piss off the TFA at the airport.
Right?
Just stick them all around your body. Let them find them.
Yeah. Get kicked out of the airport after you paid for a ticket. All right, Chris, let's move into this question without insulting my profession anymore. What famous fictional character moved to 805 St. Cloud Road in September 1990? He didn't move out till 1996. This is a good question.
805
That's a really good question.
St. Cloud Road.
Mm-hmm.
He lived there. Wait, can you say it again?
What famous fictional character moved to 805 Cloud Road in September 1990? He didn't move out until 1996. Josh is cheating.
Was he cheating?
Mm-hmm. Straight up cheater.
I don't.
It's only a hint if he gets it.
Yeah. It's just to mock me because I have Cloud. Okay, 90 to 96. Cloud Road.
I think. Jeffrey, you want those metal cards?
You know he does.
Magneto made them. That's true.
I have no idea.
I didn't realize people would like those. They're not in great condition. I've had them since I was a literal child. I was like 11 when I got them. So, grain of salt, they are a novelty. Okay, Chris, if you don't know, just say whatever garbage comes to mind. If you're going to lose, might as well try.
I have a question for you. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Why did you steal the hat of a 1920 shoeshine boy? How about that? How about you answer that?
Have you been writing disses to hit me with?
No, I just want I want you to flip this around. I want you to see how it feels to be on the hot seat. I want you to answer us right now. Are you now, or have you ever been a newsie? Answer
I would
that.
have loved to have been. I'm sorry, I didn't get there in my life. My wife's grandfather used to wear hats like this. We were running around. She saw it and said that. I tried it on, said it'd be cool. And then my mother-in-law bought me one for Christmas. So, Chris,
you know what I heard?
You're a hater.
Extra. Lusitania, sunk by German.
All right, so moving on.
So what's your answer, Chris?
I don't know. 1990 to 1996, Cloud Road would be...
First thing that comes to mind.
Frasier.
All right, not right.
That's actually a really good guess.
It's a good answer.
It's not correct, but that's a really good guess.
It's a really good wrong guess.
This is the first one I've got.
Prince. Oh,
in
gosh.
West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I spent most of my days.
Hey, guys, this hat is like a trademark at this point. If you hate it, that's fine. But you also hate me, so I'm going to be sad now for the rest of the night. All right, so, Jacqueline, you got it.
We're getting some,
good job,
we're getting some pushback on whether that's a fictional person or not.
The first Prince of Bel-Air was a fictional person. Will Smith's whatever is not fictional. I mean, like, we can split hairs on that. I'm going to Google it too.
Because now you want to know, don't you?
Well, I mean, the character was a fictional character.
Was it? Was it really?
I
though?
like my hat. I don't care if you guys like my hat or not.
Look what you've done. Look what you've done, Chris.
I didn't
got
realize
him all
Chris was
upset.
mean.
Oh, you didn't know
I'm
that?
sorry.
No, I thought Chris
You
was
think
nice.
he was
Every
just
time
messing
I've
around
ever
being
met
silly
nice-
when he tried to
Jeremy,
get me up by my shirt?
I'm lashing out. I'm frustrated. I really like those cards. I'm frustrated. I apologize. I apologize. If you want to live your truth as a shoeshine boy, you should do that.
Hey, man, I do me. That's all I can do. Hey, speaking of how cool I am, show everybody your tattoo.
Oh, okay. Can
Wow,
how
wow,
do I do
okay.
this? Oh, okay.
There you go.
So, well, don't make him big. Make her. Yeah. Okay. So this is a Jeremy Brana original tattoo. Well, he did the artwork, and the artwork is called "I Like My Magic Like I Like My Coffee." And then I loved it so much that I bought the original, and I also got the tattoo at from Buster at Art and Soul in Hartselle.
So, Jeremy, did he buy the NFT or whatever it is? Is that what that is?
I didn't.
No, but he can have it.
Thanks, man. But yeah, yes. But yeah, your silly hat aside, you are just an amazing artist. I have several prints by you. I have several. Let's see. I have like 2 Spider-Men. I have this one. I have and I have the Plague Doctor one, all by you.
Oh, I forgot about
cool.
the Plague Doctor. That's a good one.
Hanging up in my living room right now.
Plague Doctor. He's a funky doctor.
This one?
Yes, yes. It's not colored, but yes.
Do you have the original one?
I don't
Or a
know.
print?
I can't remember right now.
He doesn't deserve it.
I think Prize Cam is trying to get rid of the Page Boy hat.
No, Prize Cam loves my Page Boy hats.
Right. You remind her of her grandfather.
That's weird, but I guess it's probably true. All right. We've really dug into me this episode. I didn't realize it was going to be like this.
Well, the first half was all beaten up on me from when I was, 20 years, 30 years ago. So, yeah.
This was a mistake. He really tore us up.
What have we done?
Yeah, now he set a precedent. Every guest moving forward is going to be mean.
They're not all going to have this dirt, man.
Hey, Prize Cam, you
Andrew
are doing
says-
wonderful. Thank you. You're just fantastic.
Andrew says the tattoo was the OG NFT. Andrew, you are right. 100%.
You know what you need, Chris? You're going to need to
What's
pick
up?
up some comic cloaks to protect these awesome 90s comic book gems.
Josh, what is a comic cloak?
Well,
Maybe
darn
the
if
prize
that's not
cam
a
can
great
show
question.
us.
Could the prize cam show us a comic cloak? I don't know. The prize cam seems confused.
She said no.
Yeah, the comic
Where
cloak.
are we? What's happening right now?
Well, we were showing off a prize, I think,
Yeah, okay.
for the next
Question
question.
8. We are playing for, let's see. We are playing for this super sick Onslaught Reborn.
Oh, look at that
hardcover
Rob
trade.
Liefeld musculature.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at those little pirate boots that, like, his head could fit easily inside his boot. I mean, look at that. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, wheelchair superhero. Ask, am I on the right channel? No, our channel has
Brother,
been
we all
hijacked.
want to know that. Holy Lord.
Please send help.
This is a roast, not a quiz show.
Oh,
It's a roast, and I could use some potatoes and gravy.
Hey, check this out. That card set is going for $50 in eBay.
Good job, Jackie.
eBay.
Yes, congratulations, Jackie.
By the way, I met Jackie yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
She is now the proud owner of a signed Greg Land Star Wars cover, and she is wonderful.
Excellent.
A delight.
Excellent. Look at him sucking up to people.
Southern Viking says no help for Jeremy. Are you saying I don't get any help, or no one can help me?
I think he's saying that we're beating up on you.
Oh, okay. Because I like Southern Viking, and I need to know if I need to continue.
As Justin points out on Captain America, those are America's calves.
Okay, so I am very excited to have this on here because I had no idea about this, and then Chris hit me, as I imagine librarians are prone to do, with some book learning.
With a little knowledge, yeah.
Yeah, a little knowledge back when I thought Chris was nice. Tell us about Onslaught.
Okay, so Onslaught. So we have to back up to the whole thing. So in the 90s, back when things were tubular, basically all of Marvel's top creators moved to Image, and they help me out, Josh. But Rob Liefeld, Todd,
Jim Lee, Mark Silvestri, Todd McFarlane, Jim Valentino, Eric Larson. I want to say there was one more.
But
Will
they moved.
That's a
Will
substantial amount of talent right there.
So and they were the top guys at the time, and they started doing their own thing. It had its audience, and Marvel decided to kind of we can't beat them, so we better join them. So they created this character named Onslaught, and they really did this very much this Image style book that people just absolutely loathed, and they it was across all of the comics at the time, and people
it came out right after the Apocalypse, Age of Apocalypse, and it was terrible.
Yeah. And
was Age of Apocalypse bad? Because I was a kid.
No, Age of Apocalypse was wonderful.
Good. Yeah.
Okay.
That had Chris Bacalo was doing the art. Scott Lobdell did a lot of the writing. That was pretty good. But
Age of Apocalypse had no business being awesome, and it was awesome.
Yeah. But Onslaught was awful. And so that led basically to Marvel being in severe financial straits. And so the only people that wanted to bail them out was Toy Biz, the toy company that did Marvel's action figures, because they needed comics to make the action figures. So Toy Biz wound up buying a controlling interest in Marvel and owned that for several years.
Crazy.
Yeah, and now they're worth $11 billion.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was a dark time. The late 90s were a dark time for Marvel.
Yeah, they declared bankruptcy. Things were ugly.
Did they actually declare bankruptcy? I couldn't remember that.
Yeah, they did.
I knew they were headed that way.
There were a whole lot of things that led to that. That was the the Clone Saga and Spider-Man. When that story started off well, and it just they lost their way because they thought we can just keep this going and make a lot of money, and then it went down the toilet. It was a real shame, but that happened. There was a lot of stuff going on that contributed to their decline. The bubble burst on all the speculator market, if you remember that, because that was a big deal at the time. It was ugly, but yeah, that was a bad time.
And that's when you decided to open a comic shop.
Well, look what's happened. And look what happened after that. You're welcome.
No, I guess so. But yeah, I mean, all of the comic shops from the 90s were closing down, and you said no. I'm gonna fight against this tide.
It wasn't even my idea, and I just said yes because I didn't think it was going to happen. So, that's how it goes. But
speaking of all these spectacular covers, tell them about the one that was in the original Haven comic buy.
Oh yeah, we've talked about that. When we bought all those comics, with roughly 33,000 comics, which is how we started Haven. In amongst those 33,000 some odd books were 154 copies of Cyberforce #4. And that's a cover. It's a close-up of a guy's face.
How many?
154.
Cyberforce #4.
Yeah, it's a close-up of a guy's face, and this whole half of his face is metallic. And so guess what? It was an embossed metal cover on that side of his face. We couldn't give those things away. At one point we cut them up and we were using them as like a Christmas tree skirt for our Christmas tree in the store.
Hey, at least you're recycling.
And then we were giving those things away. It was insane. I guess. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Look how
Shiny
extreme
metal.
he is.
Look at all those teeth.
Extreme.
Look at all those
That's
teeth.
more teeth than I have. So, I mean, I'm not gonna
try to peel your lips back to
That's
show
so many
all
teeth.
of your teeth. Literally all your teeth. You can't do it.
This guy does. That's his mutant power. Is he born with too many teeth?
It does look that way. But yeah, we had 154 copies of that garbage book, and we couldn't give it away. At one point, we did give it away. We gave like one to every subscriber that we had at the time. It was insane.
How do you think the other guy ended up with that many of that garbage book?
I'll tell you, somebody said, you're going to make a ton of money. You're going to make $1 million. You order these things, and they're going to be worth so much money. And so he was just going like, ching, 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 and he was ordering those things out the yin yang. And what happened was that prediction was wrong.
There was a comic distributor around that time called Heroes World that went closed and they had
Marvel bought them.
Thousands and thousands of all these like fancy Spectra, chromium covers and everything, and they literally couldn't give them away. So they finally donated them to the local fire department, and the local fire department used them as kindling for their when they practiced to burn down a house and stuff.
Oh my god!
So all of those chromium covers, we were convinced this was our retirement fund right here. Was this bullet hole cover on Protector number 5, and they were literally just burned up. Nice call me, a guy bringing 6 lump. Yes.
Oh.
What do you even do with 300 copies?
Yep. Dale Keown's book over at Image. Yep.
All right, so question 8. You get to play for the book that bankrupted Marvel.
Oh, all right.
So, and I know you're going to get this one because I have faith in you.
Okay.
Having appeared, go ahead.
I just want to say, I kind of slacked off. I got angry. I lashed out. Mm-hmm. I'm focused now. I'm ready. I'm hungry for that book. My nipples, they're kind of below the screen, but if you could see my nipples, they are as sharp as dragon's teeth. That's how hungry I am for that book. Do you remember, speaking of the 90s, do you remember Wolverine's hair in the 90s? It was like the whoop, whoop.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my nipples are doing right now.
Whoop. My face has never been redder than it has through this whole episode. Oh, man. Jeffrey asks, can something become valuable for being so bad? Jeffrey, we are really trying. Really trying.
Look at Darkhawk number 1. Go no further.
Number 8.
Question number 8.
Number 8.
Having appeared on TV and in an indie, what 1990 film saw Stan Lee make his theatrical debut?
What 1990 film?
1995.
1995.
Saw Stan Lee make his theatrical debut, his cinematic debut.
When did he make it to the big leagues?
Sorry, K-Lisa. Can you say it again?
Yeah. Having appeared in on TV and in an indie.
In an indie?
What
Okay.
1995 film saw Stan Lee make his theatrical debut? I know you know this.
What was the first big screen movie he was in?
Well, I understand the context of the question, Jeremy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what that movie would be.
When was the first time you paid money to see him?
When your kid is older and she says, "Dad, I lost something," are you going to tell him, "Well, where was the last place you found it?"
No, I'm going to ask her.
Because that's not helpful.
Chris, I'm gonna put you on speed dial on my phone, and anytime I'm feeling good about myself, I'm gonna give you a call.
95, because that was before like the big Marvel movies.
Yep.
But it was after, like, it wasn't Howard the Duck, because that was the
It was
80s.
such a great movie. I love that movie though.
And it was a film.
Yep.
Was it a film in theaters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you tell me that? Okay, it was a film in
Yes.
theaters. Well, okay, because there was a Generation X, like, straight-to-TV movie around that time. And I was like, was he in that piece of crap?
Well, that is
Better go
large.
42. I don't care about moons. I care
That's not
about
a-
Chris's opinion of me.
That's not a moon. That's a space station.
Okay.
That's no moon. Of all of this particular grouping of movies, this is my favorite one.
Okay. Was it the Punisher movie?
I don't know. You have to tell us.
Punisher.
No. Mallrats.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember that now. I would have never guessed that in 100 years.
Oh, man. His cameo in that was great.
It was.
It
Yeah.
really was.
I feel like I was watching an actual, comic shop conversation in that movie.
Oh, I remember like watching Clerks, and it was like the exact same conversations that we were having at the comic shop.
Yeah, it was similar.
Yeah. Okay.
And we had a correct answer way early, and that's the person who's also been
Spider-Girl.
beating you up. Yeah, had the correct answer on that one.
Okay.
I feel like you and Spider-Girl need to team up next time to make sure I walk away with
Tag team.
zero self-esteem.
That's our goal. That's our goal.
Oh,
Because you know what? There's no great artists that are like themselves, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that art has to come from like anger, and so we supply that inner just loathing.
You're right. As soon as this show's over, I'm going to turn the lights off and just draw skeletons in the dark.
Jeffrey, it was like
to
a disturbing degree. It was.
I'm telling you, if you had hung out up there, it was an interesting place. Again, not joking when we say we could write a legitimate 2-hour play that would crack everybody up, and we wouldn't have to make up anything. It would all be true. I mean, we still remember a lot of the dialogue verbatim. It was memorable. It was a memorable time. When I'm in the nursing home, I'm going to be talking about this stuff, and people are going to think I'm some kind of a gangster.
Oh, Mr. Olive Senile again. He's talking about the Gila monster in the back of the comic shop. Wants us to go get a live mouse for it.
Spider-Girl. On ours, it shows you. And I think Justin's got some sound advice. They called your name. It's yours. Belongs to you.
Yep, you show in shortly before Alan in ours, and ours is the official one. So that's what makes it special.
I know why Chris is doing this to me. I know why he came with written jokes. When I was in that,
written jokes.
You didn't? Because you pulled up, you read it.
It's an invoice.
He did that for
because you have
effect.
like a sheet, like it was a prop. Okay.
The other day, I was in the shop. It's like yesterday.
I'm gonna start writing some jokes next time. They're like, hell
and I was like, when I tease you on the show, it's out of love. That's what it was. I let him know. I gotta hit him with the surprise teasing next time. They gotta just not see it coming. I gave him a minute to prepare. Right. That's what happened.
Right.
Well, what's happening here is he's just showing you that he loves you so much. He thinks so highly of you that he is just going to beat your self-esteem into the floor.
I want to talk about. I want to talk about Jeremy's art for a minute.
Okay.
Because you talked about one of the things you were going to bring up on the show was like your art from the 90s. I don't see any of that.
Yeah. My mom has some.
Okay.
If I could have got it, I used to draw. I've been drawing since I was like very small, like super small. And I know in the 90s, I got in trouble for drawing Jean Grey one time. My parents pulled me aside and they're like, "Why are you drawing nude women?" And I was like, "That's her outfit." Like, I turned 15 in the year 2000. So like I was cranking out a bunch of garbage at that point, but I mean, I was really getting into it. That was me. I'm the kind of person that never stops drawing. So I'm going to find some of that. I'm going to bring it up. And Chris, I'm going to invite you on the show to heckle me as I go through it.
I would love, well, okay. So I was at the shop and you came up and you were like, okay, yeah, you got to get your stuff. I got to go. And you had your door and you were talking about, well, I might try to find some of my old work. And I was like, but you were like on your way out the door. Like you had your hand on the door. And I said, oh, that'd be cool. I'd love to see your stick figure Thor. And I swear to God, he like stops. His hand is still on the door. And he stops and he turns to me and he goes, actually, I never drew stick figures. And he goes into this lengthy explanation while still holding the door open. Lengthy explanation about how he was taught proper anatomy, proper perspective from a very young age. And he didn't.
It wasn't that I knew anatomy. I mean, anatomy takes forever to learn. I got to get some kind of pin.
See now
you're in for it now.
So, quick question for you, Chris. While we're thinking about his art from the 90s,
yeah.
And since we don't have it yet, why don't you regale us with the story of the teddy bear that you wrote in the early to mid 90s?
Yeah, tell us about your garbage art.
Oh, it was garbage.
You wrote a short story called The Teddy Bear.
Yeah.
In what, 1994?
Oh, I don't know. I don't.
That sounds like a fake response, Chris.
You remember it, Chris?
I can neither confirm nor deny that one.
So, just to talk about what I was talking about. So you just take a person, right?
And Kaylee, so we have not asked all the questions. This is just
break it down
free for all.
That's it. That's all. So I was never a stick figure person. Break it down.
You're balloon people.
Okay, well, hold on. God, you guys are haters. Okay, so I'm gonna get a black pen. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. I'll be.
So, Chris,
did we break Jeremy? What's up?
I think we did.
Okay, well, that's life. Yeah, so this is fun.
Yeah, this is a total Wild West Looney Tunes show. I feel like we need to ask the next question.
Okay, go for it.
No, hold on. It's my time now. So, all right. So you just take those shapes that you make. Get off of here, Prize Cam.
Don't you talk to her that way.
Talk to Prize Cam.
Don't you talk to the Prize Cam that way. The
Prize Cam is amazing, but
oh no!
Oh my God!
Oh no!
The Prize Cam quit.
Oh no! That was
alone. Leave the Prize Cam out of this. So you just break the shapes down, and then you build the shapes out. That's it. So like, I've been doing that since I was a tiny kid.
You didn't sully your paper with stick figures.
No, they were shape figures.
Because you were above that. That was what the peasant children did.
I'm gonna find this teddy bear story, Chris.
What?
I love you, but it is.
I love you too, Jeremy.
I'm gonna get a little hot in my soul next time I see you. Okay, back to the Prize Cam. Okay, Prize Cam, you're the best. We love you. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. All right, so for question 9, we are playing for this amazing Spider-Man.
Each comic is shinier than the last comic. It's amazing.
This is Spider-Man 375, published March 92. Look at that.
Beautiful.
I don't mean to be that guy, but the art on that is garbage. Right? Am I wrong?
Compared to the Rob
Liefeld
cover we just looked at? Oh yeah, that's not great. That's not great.
It's bad.
It was the style at the time. That's just how things were then.
So much gold.
Yeah.
You could melt that cover down.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Was what worth what, Spider-Girl? Because the answer is probably yes to me. Okay. So, for question 9.
Question 9.
To win that high-quality gold product, you're going to win at least 15 cents worth of melt gold right there. What was the highest grossing film of the 1990s before Titanic took the all-time box office crown in 1997? The answer has to have been released before 1997, so not
Independence Day.
That was quick.
Independence Day.
I gotta appreciate your valor. You jumped right into it. It's Jurassic Park.
Okay.
Dude, what? You didn't give the audience time to say it, although we had the correct answer pop up.
I saw that.
Oh, wow, that was fast.
Ryan Williams, the fastest cheater on this show. That guy got it. Ryan, thank you for jumping in there so I didn't have to talk to Chris any longer. That was really nice of you. Appreciate it. Also, I don't know if you were on earlier. You're not a cheater. Chris just called all the audience members cheaters. So
okay. No, because apparently that's the rules. Like, they're allowed to do that. I'm just not allowed to do that.
We can't stop.
We can't monitor them. How would we monitor them?
But I just want to acknowledge that, like, this is my brain versus the internet. I just want, like, you to sing, oh, John Henry was a steel driving man, every time I get a question right. Like, that's what I want.
You're welcome to sing it. We'll let you. Hey, is that a Haven shirt?
It is. Yes, of course.
I love those shirts. Josh, you should make more of those shirts.
It's in the works.
You should make them in a variety of colors.
I'm looking at a red versus blue, so we can get our team Facebook versus our team YouTube going. Also, for all those people earlier who were thinking, God, Josh was just so mean to that kid. Now you all know.
Right.
No.
Story before, and everybody was like, "Dang!"
How do you think I was socialized? Okay, that's the thing. That was like my 14 to 16 years, right? That is a critical time in a young man's socialization, and I had this guy dealing with that. So I mean, this is what hurt people. Okay,
you're mean. You're mean because Josh is mean.
So you need to just blame him, okay? You just need to talk to him, okay?
This is all you, Josh. You made this monster.
He was already like this. If you knew him when he was 15, like the day I met him, he was like this. Let me share. I know we're running way late, but I got to share this real quick. Okay. So he would come to school. And his brother would normally drive him over to the shop, but occasionally his brother would forget, or his brother would just take off and leave him to walk or whatever. There you go.
Well, Sean had after-school activities. I just hung out at a comic shop, so yeah.
Right. Okay. So he would. Chris one day comes walking up to the store. Now this is a kid who worked at the shop, or he didn't work at the shop, but a kid who hung out at the shop a lot. Finally got a job at Burger King. And so Chris comes up to the shop and he walks in and he's really mad. And it took him forever to get there.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Before you tell this story, you have to tell the story of the first time that you met Arrington, this kid. And he had his fedora and he had a briefcase.
Black shoes, black jeans, black T-shirt, black briefcase, black trench coat, black fedora. He carried a briefcase to school every day full of Star Wars figures just in case somebody else wanted to trade. So anyway, this guy, I can't believe our lawyer is letting us talk like this. Anyway,
I bet he's laughing too.
This guy, he got a job at Burger King. He was
making his own money.
He was a challenging young man,
Mm-hmm.
but he got a job at Burger King. Chris comes walking up to the store one day, and he was running way late.
Thank you,
and
Teresa.
he looked angry, and he just comes stomping in the store. And the layout at the shop was similar to the way that is now. I saw it. I see it. We're going to get to it. He comes walking in the store. He walks all the way past the front counter, past the couch, turns around, comes behind the counter, grabs the phone. He doesn't say anything to anybody. Grabs the phone. He picks it up. He calls Burger King. And he talks to this kid who just got a job at Burger King, and he starts yelling at him because he just bought these brand new shoes and they squeak and they're uncomfortable. And what is this guy going to do about it? But then he would call up Burger King and complain about something on a regular basis.
I did that one time, and then what sort of authority figure or what sort of person that I looked up to went, that was hilarious, you need to do that again. Like, that's my point. Like, you made me this way. You encouraged this, and now I'm like this. Because true or false, like, you laughed and you thought that was hilarious.
Oh, I absolutely thought it was hilarious.
Oh man. Oh. Guys.
That's exactly.
That's painful. So speaking of prizes and questions and stuff, maybe
let's show the prize off.
Last one and get prize show?
Yeah. Whew. Prize off. Show the prize off for question 10. We've got Impulse number 1, signed by Mark Wade. That is a deep cut. Impulse is the character. We're on a quiz show. Impulse number 1, April 1995. Look at that.
Also, story set in Alabama.
Right on.
Much
Jeffrey,
like
yes, it is.
Chris's books.
Oh yeah, why am I digging? Okay. In case you guys forgot. Question 10.
In case you forgot. Yes, indeed. All right. So, last question, and we can get the heck out of here before this goes any more off the rails. Hitting shelves in April of 1992. What was the very first Image comic book sold in stores?
Oh, gosh. The very first one? I have no idea.
The very first one.
Spawn?
There's only so many it can be, so talk your way through them.
Spawn number 1.
Okay, don't talk your way through it. Just answer immediately. That's fine. That's incorrect. We're going to give the audience a shot to get the right answer.
There are only so many. I mean, like, there was a slate that came out at the same time.
Here's some possible answers.
Yeah.
The Max. Wetworks. Brigade. Savage Dragon. Try any of these. I don't know which one it is. But you might win an Impulse comic.
On his way down, Chris helping out the audience.
All right, we finally got a correct answer.
Savage Dragon.
That's incorrect. That's incorrect.
That's the wrong answer.
It jumped on me because they do that.
Was it Youngblood?
Yep.
Okay.
Youngblood was the first book.
Was it a chromium cover?
No.
Then I don't care. I don't care about comics that aren't chromium. Gosh.
Southern Viking, Metalhead. You're
Peter Lewis. Yes, that's
right
Peter
on.
Lewis.
Perfect. Okay. Good. All right. Price Cam has brought me the results, tabulated the results.
Because Price Cam is like, we got to get the heck out of Dodge because this show is run amok.
I don't want to give him one of my page boy hats. I like my page boy hats. But
if I had one of your page boy hats, I would burn it.
You burn my page boy hat? What is wrong with you?
No, I would.
His feelings
I would. At your funeral, at Tubular Jay's funeral, I would like lay the page boy hat on the grave
and then burn it
in the rain. No, like sweetly, like in the rain, and I would mourn my friend Tubular Jay.
Oh man. Oh. All right.
Alas, Tubular Jay.
1885.
You didn't know me that well because you didn't let me explain my, my shape drawing method.
Your bubble people.
Hey, am I a good artist? You guys can shut up. Okay, so next.
We can't draw like you do. So yes,
I just loved how like so clearly central that is to your ego and your sense of self that you did not draw stick figures ever.
Okay, for Double Edge, nobody won that.
Goes in the shredder.
Question: comics and death metal. That's Ryan Williams, right?
Yeah,
because Ryan Williams won Spider-Man, so I guess he switched accounts, or maybe he's playing off 2 accounts. X-Men cards. That was Jacqueline Cook, Onslaught, Spider-Girl 42, Impulse, Southern Viking, Metalhead, and that's Peter Lewis. I got to write these things down. Okay, and then Chris. I'm sorry, man, but you didn't win anything. It's the worst showing of any contestant ever. You got Shadowhawk #1, Cable #1. You got the Protectors, the book with a hole in it, and the Spectre. You got to tell us if that really glows in the dark.
All right. Well, guys, I think this was a great practice. Let's run through it one more time, and then we'll do it live. Okay?
Oh man,
we forgot to tell him that it was live the whole time, huh?
Chris, you've been a great guest. I really appreciate having you on here. So, thank
Jeremy,
you
I love you.
Someone agrees that this was fun, and this is also my favorite comment. I think.
Next up on PBS, it's passive aggressive art lessons with Jeremy.
And we're getting requests from people to see the hockey thing again.
Yeah, I think the prize cam.
Pop it up on the screen.
No, I think the prize cam left me because when she was trying to show off the Spider-Man thing, I kept going back to my bubble people.
Hey, man, you have a great night, sir. Always good to see you.
Oh.
I'm just watching as the audience.
All right, here it is.
Listen, Big and Jeremy.
Chris, you just shut up. You just don't even talk, Chris. All right. That's what it is. That's what I got. It's
That's
Deadpool.
Fantastic.
He's playing hockey. It's Canadian. Lots of love for Canada.
I like the Tim Hortons.
Yeah. Canadian Tire. Royal Bank of Canada. You got lots of stuff going on there. So.
It's cold, too. I hear it's cold in Canada.
Man. It is cold. I feel very bullied right now. All right, guys. I'm about to turn into a pumpkin. I'm sure our audience is done listening to us, too.
I don't know. There's more of them hanging around still than normal.
Oh, man.
Kaylisa likes her drawing.
Kaylisa, you're a good friend, and I appreciate you. Not like
Kaylisa is a wonderful friend. She's amazing.
Thank you, Andrew.
Oh. I haven't laughed this much in a while. My face hurts.
Oh, and my favorite 90s arc, I think, just thinking back, Maximum Carnage or Age of Apocalypse. Or Amalgam. Was Amalgam 90s?
Amalgam, yeah.
Amalgam,
DC Marvel crossover. Yeah. I would have to say Age of Apocalypse was up there. And the early stuff, before they decided to prolong and carry out and then screw up, of the Clone Saga, with the early stuff was really good. Tom Lyle's art was spectacular. Stephen Butler was doing some cool stuff. The stories were good. There was a lot going on. And then they said, hey, we should drag this out some more, and let's change how it ends and make the whole thing terrible, and then just
12 more clones.
Yeah. Hey, one clone was good. What happens if we add 4 more?
Okay, so you got Ben Reilly, obviously. You got Kane, obviously. Who are the other clones? I don't remember
What
them.
was the other one's name? There's another one.
Owen, what's your favorite 90s comic art?
Dave the clone.
Hello, I'm Dave. I'm Peter Parker's clone. They
Have a
sent me
little
off
swing.
to England.
Have no
Go for a
swing.
bit of a swing. A bit of a swing about. Hello.
Oh, man.
Mind if I thwip? Thwip. Thank you. Clear out. Coming through. Early 90s story arc that was really good was also X-Men, the Extinction Agenda. Extinction Agenda was amazing.
Generation X was really good.
Yeah, it was.
The first couple
Zachary, it's good to see you
Chris
always.
Pacello.
I'll
Bye,
let you know as soon
Zachary.
as this. I'll let you know as soon as I leave this up at Haven.
Hey, we were all convinced that helped. You take the cartridge out of the Nintendo and put it back. We were
But you
all
have to
convinced
smack
that helped.
You have to smack it one time and then put it back in.
Little percussive maintenance. That's right.
Like our TVs work that same way.
Yep. Yeah, Phalanx Covenant was a good story too. I remember that. Nightfall. Yeah, Justin's right. That was a big deal at the time. Yeah.
Okay, this has been our longest show to date. Also super funny. We learned a lot of wonderful stuff about Chris running in the road, Josh forcing children to run in the road, and my self-esteem built on a house of cards. So fun
America's worst monster right up here. Yeah. So
time. Oh man.
did we even talk about the time me and Wayne got you a hamburger and filled it with ketchup?
We
No.
need a whole nother episode. For
No.
you to tell these
That made me
stories.
so mad.
Oh
That
yes.
made me so mad.
Yeah, it did.
I'm going to start bringing you on as a surprise
Okay.
roast guest.
Well,
You can just trash whoever
Well-
our guest is. And just,
well, the good news is I work for crappy 90s covers, so I mean that's pretty cheap. And yeah, anytime, because I love you both. I really do.
all right.
Have a good one, Brian. It's great to see you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Bye.
If you're watching this on Friday or later, man, I hope you went to the bathroom before you sat down to watch this, because this is 2 hours of riveting TV. And you're not going to want to take a break, because you never know when the next hit is coming. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We enjoyed it. Hope you did too. And we'll catch you guys next time.